All right, let's get into this story. We're heading to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for what sounds like a pretty intense high-performance driving event. But here's the thing. This isn't just about fast cars and the smell of burning rubber. It's actually about a really surprising lesson that was learned right there on the track. A lesson that has almost nothing to do with speed and everything to do with how we see things.
And this is our guide for the story, Sandra Seeley. I mean, this quote pretty much tells you everything you need to know about her mindset, right? She's there for an adventure, and as we're about to find out, she got a whole lot more than she was expecting.
So, what is this event she signed up for? It's called Mustang Unleashed. It's an official thing for new Mustang owners, and the whole idea is to spend a day pushing both the car and, well, the driver to their absolute limits. And just look at what they pack into this day. We're not just talking about one thing. You've got head-to-head drag racing, a super technical timed course through cones, and even learning how to handle the car in an emergency. This is a full-on, action-packed deep dive into what these cars can really do.
And the kind of skills they're teaching are honestly next level. Take the drift brake, for example. This is not about just flooring it in a straight line. It's about intense, delicate car control, learning how to balance the car right on that razor's edge between being in control and completely spinning out.
And to top it all off, the people teaching you aren't just weekend hobbyists. Nope, they're actual championship-winning professional drivers. So you can imagine the environment is, well, it's professional, it's high stakes, and, let's be honest, probably a little bit intimidating.
But here's where our story takes a turn. It's not about a pro driver. It's about someone who, on paper anyway, seems kinda out of place in this world.
So meet Sandra. She's not a professional racer, she's a writer, and her column is all about the lighter side of weight loss, a world that, let's be real, is often totally dominated by a single number on a scale. So what on earth is she doing at a place they call the adrenaline capital of the world? Simple. She's looking for a new story, a new experience. And that brings us right to the main event, the heart of the challenge. Her very first run on a real-deal drag strip. This is where all the theory goes out the window, and reality hits you fast. Now, drag race launch is all about timing and precision. The instructors lay it out perfectly. You pull your car up to the line, you watch that Christmas tree of lights, and you slam the gas at the exact right moment, right as that third yellow light comes on, just before the green. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, not so simple when you're actually in the driver's seat. This was the feedback she got right from her instructor. The engine's roaring, the adrenaline is pumping, and her reaction was just a little eager. She jumped the gun, going so early she didn't even see the green light she was supposed to wait for. And her own description of it is even better. She says she was great at accelerating, but then, in a moment of panic or just sensory overload, she hit the brakes halfway to the finish line. As she put it, who does that? You can just feel the mix of embarrassment and humor in that moment. The result of that chaotic first run, a top speed of 70 miles per hour. She even joked that she hit that speed on the highway just driving to the event. So yeah, a little bit of an underwhelming start. But this is where the story gets really good. Because with a little bit of coaching and a few more chances to run down that strip, something started to change. This day wasn't just about a single performance. It was about learning, adapting, and improving. So let's look at the new numbers. First up, her reaction time, 0.418 seconds. Now to put that into perspective for you, anything under half a second in drag racing is considered excellent. She wasn't jumping the gun anymore. She was reacting with pure precision. Next, her total time to cross that quarter-mile finish line was just over 13 seconds. That is a massive improvement. It shows she wasn't just starting well, she was keeping her foot on the gas the entire way. No more braking early. And the final number? A new top speed of 101 miles per hour. That is a huge 31 mile per hour jump from her first try. Now, she may have technically lost the head-to-head race against the other driver, but by every other metric, this was a huge personal victory. But here's the twist. After all that focus on tenths of a second and miles per hour and getting those numbers just right, Sandra walked away with a completely different lesson. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. The numbers were cool, for sure, but they weren't the point. The point was the thrill, the learning, the fun, that feeling of trying something totally new and a little bit terrifying. The experience was what really mattered. And this slide, this puts it all into perspective. On the drag strip, she had all these different numbers to measure how she was doing. But in her work as a weight loss rider, she realized that people, including herself, often get fixated on just one thing, that one number on the scale. The day on the track taught her to rethink that whole idea. So whether it's a finish line or a fitness goal, the real victory isn't just about hitting some target number. It's about the effort you put in, the progress you make, and, actually enjoying the journey it takes to get there.
And that really leaves us with a powerful question to think about for ourselves. In our own lives, whether it's at work or at home, what's a number that we're obsessing over? And what might happen if we just shifted our focus even a little bit to the experience itself?